Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to Mindful Combat. If it's the first time you checked out my channel or any of my content, why don't you consider helping me to grow my fight platform by hitting the subscribe button and getting involved in the conversation in the comment section below. Leave me constructive criticism, help me to grow my platform by teaching me how to make better content for you guys, and just getting involved with me. That's all I want. I just want to be able to interact with as many fight fans as possible. That's my sole goal here, and I need your help to do it. So share out this video, get involved with me, and hit the subscribe button. That's it. Anyways guys, for this video I'm going to be breaking down the upcoming main event for UFC on ESPN Plus 12, which is Renato Moicano versus the Korean Zombie Chan Sung-jung. The Korean Zombie being one of my personal favourite fighters, not only fighting today but of all time. But still, I'm going to try to remain objective in this breakdown and just look at it and call it for how I see it. Now, coming into this fight, there's a couple of things we need to consider. Firstly, they're both coming off losses. So they're both trying to rebound. They're both very much ranked in the top 10 of the division. I think Renato Moicano may even be top 5. And they're both trying to demonstrate to the world that they're still there. They're still in the title hunt. Renato Moicano recently lost to Jose Aldo, one of the greatest featherweights of all time. And there's really no shame in that. Before that, he had back-to-back wins. Korean Zombie, on the other hand, recently got knocked out brutally by Yair Rodriguez in a fight that he was winning, where for some unspoken reason, in the last 10 seconds, he decided to go berserk and really cost himself the fight. On the back of that, they both find themselves here trying to rebound. And it's kind of important, this fight, in determining how the next parts of both their careers are going to play out. So the Korean Zombie has been very inactive lately. And even aside from the 2-year gap that he took to fulfill his duties within the South Korean military or whatever it was, he took off a couple of years before he even announced he was going to do that. Before Jose Aldo, he hadn't fought in a year. He came back and fought Dennis Bermudez and didn't fight in over a year after that. So this is the shortest gap between his fights in a very, very long time. And I really feel like that inactivity has really hurt him. Even the inactivity, outside of the South Korean army thing, which he could have controlled a bit more, maybe being a bit more careful in his training practices. Renato Moicano, on the other hand, well, he himself has been pretty inactive in the earlier stretch of his UFC career. He's definitely stepped up the pace a bit now, and this is the kind of fight he needs, a main event spot against a tough guy that's really going to test him. So it's a really great fight, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get into the tail of the tape. Renato Moicano is 30 years old. He's fighting Chan Sung-jung, the Korean Zombie, who's 32 years old. He's 2 years younger, but he's taken a lot less beatings than the Korean Zombie has. For all the fandom and love that he gets for his willingness to engage in brawls, that stuff comes at a cost. I've loved every single one of his brawls, and like I say, he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. But, the wars with Leonard Garcia, the wars he had with, even the likes of the wars he had with Dustin Poirier, stuff like that, they'll catch up with you. Their beatings, getting brutally knocked out like he did against Yair Rodriguez when he makes stupid decisions towards the end of the fight. Stuff like that catches up with you, and that 2 years, I feel like it can be exponentially more against a 30-year-old Renato Moicano. So I think the gap in age is a bit more than just the biological years. Renato Moicano comes into this fight with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw, and he fights Chan Sung-jung, who's got a record of 14 wins and 5 losses. So I think there's a 3-fight differential in terms of the straight-up experience in numbers. It's not much. It shouldn't pay a difference. They've both fought a lot of key and important fights. Obviously, Chan Sung-jung's fought maybe for a world title. He's fought a couple of more main events, but I think they should be pretty well matched up. Renato Moicano stands at 5'11". He fights Korean Zombie, who's 5'9". He's got a 2-inch height advantage, but their reach is identical at 72-inch. So I do think that I feel like a lot of this fight's gonna be handled on the feet, and I feel like that 2-inch height advantage will come into play for Renato Moicano with the way he fights. But there's not a huge discrepancy either way. This is a very well matched up fight. Their styles. Renato Moicano's got that Muay Thai and BJJ style. I like the way he strikes. I think he's a very patient, methodical striker. He takes his time with his shots. He picks his shots. He's not wild. Whereas Chan Sung-jung, he's obviously got the skills. He's got the wrestling skills. We've seen it. We've seen those crazy submissions with the twisters. But he's a bit of a brawler. He is a brawler, which is what we love about him. His willingness to engage in the brawls. And he has got great wrestling and BJJ. But will he use it? I feel like his brawling is what we're going to be seeing him. Key wins. Now for Renato Moicano, when we're talking about key wins, we're talking about guys like Sabera Tukagov, who's a very relevant and respectable opponent, a very good fighter, a guy who, you know, if he was active, I believe he would have been doing good things right now. And then we got guys like Jeremy Stevens, a key stakeholder in the division for a long time, both at 155 and 145. He's beaten Calvin Kattar, who's 4-1 in the UFC, just knocked out Ricardo Lamas, and I think a lot of people are already starting to notice how good Calvin Kattar is now. And then we got a win over Cub Swanson later on in Cub's career, but it's still a good win over Cub Swanson. Chan Sung Jung, on the other hand, his key wins is going to be guys like Mark the Machine Hominick early in his career. He beat Dustin Poirier early in both of their careers. And more recently, he beat Dennis Bermudez. I say recently, but that was actually February 2017. So those are some of his key wins. What are some of the issues? For Renato Moicano, I feel like he can get a bit gun shy. He don't really fire as much. He likes to pick his shots a lot. And I feel like he's very slow on the trigger. And of course, that's my opinion of this. And for Chan Sung Jung, the same thing which we love about him in his wildness, his ability to brawl, that's both his issues and his X factor. His issue is that he's wild and brawls, and a technical polished striker Renato Moicano might be able to, you know, pick him apart. And at the same time, that's his X factor because he is unorthodox, he's unpredictable, he's wild. You don't know how to plan that fight. And for Renato Moicano, his X factor is going to be his freshness. He's not been in the amount of brutal wars that Chan Sung Jung has, albeit he did just get stopped by Jose Aldo. But that's one bad stoppage, you know what I mean? His fight with Brian Ortega was a close fight, and then he got caught in a guillotine. That's not a bad, brutal stoppage that's going to impact his career. Let's get into my prediction. I believe this fight will be settled on the feet. I believe Renato Moicano is going to keep to the outside. He's got enough wrestling to be able to keep it standing. Now, I love Chan Sung Jung. He's one of my favourite fighters of all time, and I sound like a broken record for how many times I've said it. But I feel like he's going to come out there. He's going to be far too willing to engage, and I don't think Renato Moicano is going to engage him in the kind of fight that he's going to want. I feel like Renato Moicano is going to spend a lot of time in this fight moving backwards and jabbing, teeps in the middle, you know, straight up the line kicks, and just staying long, rangy, moving away and not engaging in the kind of fight that Chan Sung Jung wants. Now, Chan Sung Jung's probably going to go for takedowns at some point, and I don't feel like he'll get them either. I do feel like Chan Sung Jung has opportunities in this fight. Renato Moicano can be hittable, yes, and Chan Sung Jung does hit hard. He's shown us he hits hard. The question is he going to be coming in with a mind frame that, yes, I need to get this win to stay relevant in my career, or is he going to be coming in to say, let me please the fans? This very much is a mindset thing for Chan Sung Jung, and I really hope that he comes in thinking correctly and that he wants to just get the win. But I have to go in terms of my official prediction with the guy who's been more active, more consistent, who's more polished and is a lot more technical and has taken less wear and tear. It hurts me to say, but I'm going to have to go with Renato Moicano to get the unanimous decision over 5 rounds to beat the ever-durable Chan Sung Jung. And that might just be changing after that brutal knockout. I don't know how long he can remain durable for. So guys, for my official prediction, like I said, I'm going with Renato Moicano for the win. Now that stings. So guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to win this fight? And what do you think about my breakdown? If it's the first time you checked out my channel, remember to subscribe, share the video with all your friends and family, and get involved. Thank you for watching, guys.